Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. We continue reading from Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 3, here on chapter 25, text 20. Prasangam ajaram pasham atmanah kavayo viduhu sa eva sadhushu krito moksha dwaram apavratam. So this section of Bhagavatam is called Kapila Shiksha, the teachings of Lord Kapila Dev, which speaks about the Sankhya philosophy. Every translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Every learned man knows very well that attachment for the material is the greatest entanglement of the spirit soul. But that same attachment, when applied to the self-realized devotees, opens the door of liberation. So attachment, we always say, I want to detach myself. I want to detach myself. But we are the soul. We, the soul, cannot have that detachment as such. We are always attached. Now, we may say attachment means material. What you're talking about? Soul is free. It's full of knowledge, full of happiness, full of bliss. What do you mean attachment? But the soul, we are individual, right? We are individual. So we have this attachment. Now, the only thing is, our attachment is to matter. We have to change that attachment from matter to the pure devotees, to the spiritual, to the self-realized devotees, to the liberated souls, to the souls who are already on the liberated platform. That's what we have to do. And that attachment opens the door for our liberation. So yes, attachment depends on how we apply it. Where do we apply our attachment? It's not that, oh, I'm going to be detached, because we can never be detached. It's just we have to change our attachment from the material to the spiritual. So the liberated devotees, they are already on the spiritual platform. And association, right? So there comes the factor of association, that we take on the qualities of the persons that we associate with. So if we associate with the material, then our consciousness becomes material. If we associate with the spiritual, our consciousness becomes spiritual. So that's the idea. Here it is clearly stated that attachment, for one thing, is the cause of bondage in conditioned life. And the same attachment, when applied to something else, opens the door of liberation. Attachment cannot be killed. It has simply to be transferred. Attachment for material things is called material consciousness, and attachment for Krishna or his devotee is called Krishna consciousness. Consciousness is therefore the platform of attachment. So because the soul is conscious, we are not unconscious. We'll say, oh yeah, but when we put the anesthetic, we are unconscious. But that's a temporary state. Or we think when we give up the body, when we die, then we are going to be unconscious. No, that is our misconception. That is because we are thinking we are the body. We, the consciousness, never dies. The soul never dies. So it is clearly stated. So this consciousness, now it's just our choice, what we want to get attached to. It is clearly stated here that when we simply purify the consciousness from material consciousness to Krishna consciousness, we attain liberation. So we have to purify our consciousness. Right now, our consciousness has become material, and we have to bring it back to the original position of Krishna consciousness. And so then, despite the statement that one should give up attachment, desireless is not possible for a living entity. A living entity by constitution has the propensity to be attached to something. So when we are saying here, desireless is not possible for a living entity, we are not talking about the material body, because the body does not have any desire. It's the living entity that has the desire. That is something we have to understand. We think, okay, once I give up my body, this material body, then it's fine. I will not have any desire. But what we have to do is understand that I am not the body. I am the living entity. So I am a living entity, and it is the quality of the living entity. It has to be attached. It is the propensity of the living entity. You see that if someone has no object of attachment, he has no children, then he transfers his attachment to cats and dogs. This indicates that the propensity for attachment cannot be stopped. It must be utilized for the best purpose. So we may say, oh, but right now, because we are in the body, so that's why we are so attached. Or that's why if we don't have children or we don't have family, we get some pets and we get attached to them. But that's because we are in the body. But we have to again understand that the body is dead. The body is dead. It is we, the consciousness, that is alive. And so what are we putting our consciousness in? That is the thing that we have to understand, that we are not material. Only the body is material. The soul is spiritual. So this, okay, so our attachment for material thing perpetuates our conditional state, but the same attachment when transferred to the Supreme Personality of Godhead or his devotee is the source of liberation. It's the source of liberation. Just by getting attached to a devotee, the person gets liberated. Does anyone remember any example? Attachment, somebody gets attached to the devotee and he gets liberated.
I think Haridas Thakur, the Vaishya, the person who got attached to him, Haridas Thakur, and she got liberated.
Yes, very good. And
Srinivas, no, not Srinivas. Who was the other?
Narad Muni himself.
Yes, he got attached
he was
to the devotees.
He was a very small boy of 5 years old. What will he understand? He has no capacity to understand spiritual knowledge, all this, but he just got attached to those devotees, the self-realized souls. And he became such a great, he got liberated, 5 years old, you know. So attachment to the devotee. So it's not that it's material attachment is bad, yes, but the same attachment, we have to transfer it to Krishna or his pure devotees, attached to personality of Godhead or his pure devotees. Here it is recommended that attachment should be transferred to the self-realized devotees, the sadhus, means already the liberated devotees already liberated. And who is a sadhu? A sadhu is not just an ordinary man with a saffron robe or a long beard. A sadhu is described in Bhagavad Gita as one who unflinchingly engages in devotional service. So sadhu, usually we think sadhu is someone who's wearing orange clothes, he has long hair, and he has long beard, and we think that this person is a sadhu. But sadhu is not recognized by the dress. A sadhu is recognized by what is he doing, what is he speaking, what is he thinking. So Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying a sadhu is one who is unflinchingly engages in devotional service. He's constantly engaging in devotional service. then this person is a sadhu. Even though one is found not to be following the strict rules and regulations of devotional service, if one simply has unflinching faith in Krishna, the Supreme Person, he is understood to be a sadhu. So the faith in Krishna, Krishna is the one, just have faith in Krishna. That's what we have to do. We have this faith. Each and every soul has this faith, because it's not that we have to artificially bring this, artificially, create this faith for Krishna. No, it is there in each and every one's heart. Every soul has this faith in Krishna. But right now we have forgotten it. We just have to revive it. Just revive it. Sadhur eva sa mantavya. A sadhu is a strict follower of devotional service. It is recommended here that if one at all wants to realize Brahman or spiritual perfection, his attachment should be transferred to the sadhu or devotee. Lord Chaitanya also confirmed this. Lava matra sadhu sange sarva siddhi haya. Simply by a moment's association with a sadhu, one can attain perfection. One moment with a sadhu, one can get liberation immediately. Mahatma is a symptom of a sadhu. It is said that service to a Mahatma or elevated devotee of the Lord is Dwaram Ahur Vimukte, the royal road of liberation. Mahatma, so Mahatma does not mean, what is the meaning of Mahatma? A great soul, right? Maha Atma, a great soul. So this great soul has to be a devotee. It is not for some ordinary materialistic purpose. I'm sorry. It's not for a materialistic person that a person is truly a Mahatma. A Mahatma is a very advanced devotee of the Lord. He is a liberated devotee. That's why he's called Mahatma. And it is said that even a little service for a Mahatma opens the road of our liberation. A little service. Narad Muni, a boy of 5 years old, he doesn't understand anything. He has no capacity to understand body, soul, matter, Supreme Lord, nothing. He just simply assisted his mother in serving the liberated souls. He's just simply served them, washing their dishes a little bit, or he would ask them if he could eat their remnants of prasad. And he became liberated. He became great by associating with the great souls. Mahat Sevam Dwaram Ahur Vimuktis Tamo Dwaram Yoshitam Sangi Sangam. Bhagavatam Canto 5, Chapter 5, Text 2. Rendering service to the materialist has the opposite effect. If anyone offers service to a gross materialist or a person engaged only in sense enjoyment, then by association with such a person, the door to hell is opened. So we can see association, our association where we apply to. Whenever we associate with someone, there will be some service. Means because if we are with someone, we are going to hear something from them, we are going to offer something to them, something or the other will happen. And if we are associating with a gross materialist, what happens? We take on their qualities and then we start acting in that way. And then what happens? We go to hell. The same principle is confirmed here. Attachment to a devotee is attachment to the service of the Lord, because if one associates with a sadhu, the result will be that the sadhu will teach him how to become a devotee, a worshipper, and a sincere servitor of the Lord. So something like birds of a feather flock together, or as they say, Jaisa Sang, Vaisa Rang, something like that. So this is the power of association. What happens? The attachment to a devotee. A devotee never wants anything for himself. A devotee is attached always to serve the Supreme Lord. So if we get attached to the devotee, to the sadhu, then what will happen? The sadhu will also teach us how to become a devotee, a worshipper, and a sincere servitor of the Lord. Sincere, the word is very important. Sincere, sincerity, because the sadhu is sincere. So he teaches us how we can become sincere, how we can become a devotee, how we can worship the Supreme Lord. These are the gifts of a sadhu. If we want to associate with a sadhu, we cannot expect him to give us instructions on how to improve our material condition, but he will give us instructions on how to cut the knot of the contamination of material attraction and how to elevate ourselves in devotional service. That is the result of associating with a sadhu. Kapila Muni first of all instructs that the path of liberation begins with such association. So a sadhu is not going to tell us how we can eat, sleep, mate, defend in a more better way. No, he himself is on the liberated platform. He understands the truth. He has the full knowledge. So he's not going to give us those things. But what will he give us? He will give us the instructions how we can get liberated. We are very, in our heart, the Hriday Granthi, the hard knot of material attachment is there. These Hriday Granthi, the knots in our heart, keeping us attached to the material world. So the sadhu, what does he give? He shows us how we can cut the knot and we can get liberated. He shows us that. He shows us how we can engage in devotional service. By devotional service, we cut that knot. So this is the result of associating with a sadhu. So Kapila Muni is saying, you associate with such a sadhu and you're already then on the path of liberation. You're walking towards liberation.
So another example can be like Mata Shabri.
Shabri, yes, very good. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. She was very attached to her guru. Yes, she followed his instruction. He told her, keep cleaning the place, Lord Ramachandra will come. And she had faith. I will see the Lord. My guru has told me. Yes, very good. Very nice example. Yeah. So the attachment to the sadhu means we will follow the instruction, what the sadhu is telling us. That is the result of the attachment, that we will follow the instruction. So somehow or the other, we should get attached to the sadhu, follow the instruction of how we can liberate ourselves.
Also like get attached to your guru.
Yes.
The guru will show you, right?
Yes. The guru is teaching us about Krishna. Yes. Guru is teaching us how we can become, how we can serve Krishna. So he shows us how he is serving Krishna, and he shows us how we also serve Krishna, and we get liberated.
I think one more biggest example is also Srila Prabhupada, how he followed his guru instructions to spread in the Western countries.
Yes. Yes. He followed the instruction of a sadhu and he himself became a sadhu. Yes. Very good. Following the instruction of the spiritual master. Yeah, Prabhupada says that was the secret of his success. He took the instruction of his spiritual master as his life and soul. He said, this is my mission. I am going to do it. Yes, very good.
Will Dhruv Maharaj also fall into the category?
Yes, he does. Yes, he followed the instructions of Narad Muni.
Okay, yeah.
Yes. He was able to see the Lord face to face. Yes. Dhruv Maharaj.
Mirabai.
Very good. I don't know anything about Mirabai. I've not heard her about her. Like, I don't know any story about her. So, but also comes to my mind Mrigari.
Oh, but she had a guru also, no? Ravida. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And also Mrigari the hunter comes to mind. He had faith He just saw Narad Muni. Narad Muni told him, what you're doing is you're going to go to the hellish planets, you know. You want to kill these animals, you kill them properly. Don't torture them like this. Just by being in contact with Narad Muni, association. So this is the power of association. Mrigari, the hunter, immediately had a change in heart. He asked Narad Muni, why? What are you talking about? Can you please give me more details? And then Narad Muni told him, oh, you're going to have so many sufferings in the future. This is not who you are. Give up
Valmiki
everything.
Rishi?
Yeah,
Valmiki
Yes,
Rishi
Valmiki.
comes
I
in-
was thinking of Valmiki
yeah,
too.
same
Yes.
here. Yeah.
I was
Yes,
thinking of
Valmiki.
Sugriv Maharaj too, but Sugriv Maharaj was devoted to Lord Ram, and when Lord Ram, so it's not fitting in that category. That you associate with the devotees and you get liberated.
Ah, okay.
But
Okay.
Valmiki, yes, he was
Valmiki,
a
yes.
dacoit earlier, and because of the association of devotee, I don't know which devotee, but he
Narad
became
Muni.
Valmiki.
Narad Muni.
Also,
Narad
Okay.
Muni.
Narad Muni.
Okay.
Valmiki.
Yeah,
Narad Muni.
he was
they say
Ratna
Valmiki
something,
Daku,
right?
Valmiki Daku, and then he turned into Valmiki Rishi.
Some
Yeah.
Ratna,
So we can,
Ratnakar Taku or something. Yeah.
No, Valio.
Sorry.
His name was
Valio? Okay.
Valio Daku.
Sugriv ji can also fall because he also followed the instruction of Hanuman ji. Not as a guru, but like as a
I don't know.
as a
Shilpa
friend.
ji knows better.
Because
Ramayana,
Hanuman,
I'm not very familiar with the
even I
intricacies.
thought it was not a.
because Sugriv followed what Hanuman told him to do.
Oh, very good. Yes, then
And
that is
Hanuman is a
following the
pure
devotees.
devotee. Yeah.
Yes,
Hanuman ji,
very
maybe.
good.
yeah, they both were friends, and Hanuman ji followed what Sugriv wanted him to do, and as he instructed that you should go and take Sharnarthi of Sri Ram. Hanuman ji
so that
guided
is,
Sugriv to do all that.
Okay.
oh,
Okay.
so then Sugriv's spiritual master is Hanumanji then.
Yes.
Then same.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Then attachment to a devotee leads to liberation. Yes, so many wonderful examples are there. How attachment to a devotee really leads to liberation, you know. Great, very good. Very good. Shall we stop here? Did you all have any other examples to share?
No, I guess we don't remember much, but I remember Sugriv and Valmiki Rishi.
Very good. Yeah. Yeah, we spoke of so many, Narad Muni, Valmiki, Sugriv, and then we spoke of Mrigari, Haridas
Shabri.
Thakur, Shabri, so many, yeah. Wonderful. So we'll stop here for today.
Okay.
Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai,
Jai.
Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Hare Krishna. Thank you
Hare
so much for
Krishna.
listening in and joining in.